Right, we're gonna go up the stairs now. Funky voices. Hello and welcome everyone, I am C.S.Gilmore and this is LiminalCore. So you've probably guessed, I like to play some of these liminal games and backrooms games, things like that. I think next liminal game I play should be one that actually has, you know, creatures and things, rather than just a walking simulator in a backrooms liminal setting. But this one is more the, you know, you're going exploring things, seeing how they look. It has some really good visuals. I've actually played through it. It's got 5 chapters right now. They're still working on stuff, so I'm not sure quite what else they will be doing with it in the future. But I wanted to share it with you. I recorded some episodes and then some things came up. I had to delete them, the videos. I wasn't entirely happy with them anyway, so it kind of all worked out. So we're going to jump into chapter 1. Now, when you initially start, I haven't found a way to reset the progress, unfortunately, so it is what it is. But when you originally start, you actually like come up out of the water. So that's the thing. Look at that water effect, though. You see there's something on top of the water a little bit. A little, like, kind of feels like there's some gunk on the water. You see the wave effects. The visuals in this game are amazing. I did have to make some adjustments, though. You can see my current movement and everything. I just let go of the push forward. It still slide a little bit. The movement's a little glidey, and there's no jump. There is a run, thankfully, and you don't seem to have stamina. So that's some major points in its favor already. And like I said, visuals are pretty good. Sound effects are pretty good. I had to change some settings when I first started, because initially there was fisheye effect, there was VHS grain, there was VHS effect, and there was head bob. Movement speed wasn't at full, I believe. There was some microphone feedback thing, I think. I don't remember if I activated that. I enlarged the field of view a little bit. Camera smoothing, look sensitivity I had to change around because it was like, it was weirdly, one, I had to turn the sensitivity up instead of down. But also I had to turn a bunch of these things off because, like, head bob was on. Let me just turn some of these on just to give you an idea. Toggle run can stay on it because that'll be easier. But there was fisheye effect. Let's give it a 2. And VHS grain up to full. VHS effect. And yeah, so as you can see, that definitely makes it look different. And now add on to that, the camera was a lot more floaty and slow. Like, I've turned it up so the sensitivity on the camera so I could move around like, oh, I want to look over here. Whoosh. It was a lot slower before, much like it had a much glidier effect, kind of like the movement does. And yeah. And let's just say it was risking giving me like motion sickness. Yeah, head bob, you can kind of sense it here. So, for the sake of not making everyone sick, I am going to turn those off. Just because I feel like I don't like them in how they affect things here. Yeah. Let me see, the camera smoothing, what was it up to? Was it this? Now, there was something else on that. What was it? Was it the camera smoothing that was up high or something else? I can't quite remember now. It's been a few days since I initially made the changes. But let's turn that back down. And it was it the look sensitivity that was super high or low? Let's see. Let's try that. Resume. I can't remember. There was something about it, though, that was, like, nauseating. And, like, bad nauseating. I don't know why I don't know what it was with some of it, but oh boy, I could not play it. It may have been because I'm now recording this on a different setup. My initial recordings were on my laptop. I think my laptop was struggling to keep up with it in some cases, especially since the video settings, frame rate limit, don't need that. Yeah. VSync, lens flare, depth of field. Either way, there were some effects. I had to make some changes for sure. Audio, actually leaving the music and ambience and everything up for this. No point in changing on this one. It's actually pretty good either way. And we want to hear what's going on. So, yeah, I made a few changes, but I definitely like it without the VHS effect. It makes the grouting look much better and less, makes me want to hurl. Alright, we got the movement going. Yeah, the water, though, for sure is something they did really well on. And sometimes you hear our guy go, but you don't have to worry about getting slowed down suddenly. The stamina bar doesn't seem to exist. It just lets you go. So let's get moving. The main downsides I've seen from this game are it has some spooky moments, but they just are for a moment, and then it just falls flat. It goes back to find my way through this maze. And there are some areas, especially on some of the later chapters, where it's very easy to get turned around and just end up back at the beginning and be like, what was I doing all this time? And there's some, like, there's only one right path forward. Like, sometimes you get like 2 ways forward or so. That, I guess technically you get a couple different ways forward, but there's ultimately only one path in the end. So it can be very easy to get turned around going back and forth along other paths that end up taking you back to the front or back to a previous area, switching back on it. You can climb the ladder. You have to click on it though, which is interesting, by the way. But climbing the ladders works out really well, actually. And yeah, also there's no echo to the voice or anything like that. So any echo you're hearing here is me having added it because I wanted to add some echo. Because this place feels like you should have an echo, right? Echo! Also, you can walk up to these. You can't go in them unless you click on them. You click on it though, and woo! You can actually go down the tubes, down the slides. So, great. Another point in its favor. Also, camera effect with the water. Great. That is... Some of these things are like great. I'm so happy they actually put those in. And yeah, great visuals. We're probably going to miss some things because obviously there's some side passage. Whoa, got a little stuttery there for some reason. That was odd. A house in the water. But yeah, we'll probably miss a few things just because they do have little, like I said, little bits of spookiness, atmosphere that you can stumble across, and if you don't go the right way, you miss it. Something over here, it sounded like. And hear something, but I don't see anything. Nope. Sounded like something else moving in the water, and I believe it was at this point I got an achievement initially that was like, there's something in the water. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, but just a little sound and not seeing anything doesn't quite sell it for me. Let's go this way. I do like the look of this, and the way they're displaying some of it is really cool. You don't get slowed down too much in the water. You do get slowed down a bit. But I've seen worse. I have seen a lot worse with this kind of thing. I'm curious to see what we'll stumble across going through here. I don't fully remember the pathing. Ah, here's one of the spooky things. If you fall in the water, which you can, that's a big giant head. And another one. And it's gone. So this is a dead end. Sounds really cool in here, though. Yeah. But if you just walk off and fall in the water, where it's super deep and there's no way out, you'll fall in, and yeah, I'll just show you. Come back, giant head. Where'd you go? Go. Go. Bloop. And you just start back out. So it's not that bad if you, oops, I slipped type deal. It seems to put you back pretty well where you need to be. Also, if the game crashes, it happened to me once where the game crashed. And I had to reload it, and it just started me like a room back from where I had been. So it works pretty well for just auto-saving wherever you're at. I haven't quite figured out the kinks in the system for it entirely, how it determines what's where, but it works fairly well. Yeah, my main issue is there are some creepy moments, but it doesn't feel like they really build off of it, and it's usually just a, oh, I saw that in passing type scene. And then it goes back to just Maze Runner. Find your way out of the place. But the visuals are great. Not too heavy on some of the sound effects in some of these areas, so we'll get some more sound effects in other areas. It depends on the place. There's another path we could have come from, I believe. Where's that coming from? I think it's going this way. Hello? I think it's that house. Something in the water. Heard something move. Don't see anything though. And it went quiet. Can't click on it. You guys look like you've had a bit of a fright. Also, your house is flooded. You really might want to get that checked. Sup? Just looking down the stairs? Do you have a terrified expression too? Yeah, your mouth is open. You don't look terrified per se. Interesting marble mannequins though. That is a different sort of choice. Doesn't seem like there's any ways to go that way. Dead ends. I love this war effect though. That's great. Alright, so there's no way out of here that I know of. So this is one of those areas where it's a dead end, you have to go back as far as I remember. At least as far as I know, unless I missed some side passage somewhere. But it's a cool effect. And nice setup, just design-wise. They did a really, for a positive for the game, they really did capture that whole, yeah, I'm running around through the liminal space type deal, and there are great visuals. But it's also, I got lost again. And sometimes that can get frustrating. Like with any of these games, they're like that. But if that's the sort of thing you like, if you just like exploring these places, it's great. I would say my main gripe is that the horror elements just kind of are there for a second and gone. Something sounds interesting. Nice sound effect, but short-lived. Green water. That is a very limey green. Don't drink the water. And a bunch of other, like in a bunch of backroom type games, that would be the sort of water if you drank it, you would die. Or actually, if you stepped in it, you'd die because it would be like some super bacteria or something along those lines. This feels like a liminal shift reference. I don't know if the same people who did this one did that one, or well, I'd have to look into it. I don't know. But they definitely have similar vibes to liminal shift. I'm not sure which one came first. They've both been, being worked on quite a lot over time, so hard to say. That would be an interesting drop, and with how shallow this is, that would be a real good way to snap all your legs, break your tailbone. If you went head first down the slide, kiss your neck goodbye, and a few other ouchies. Yeah. Injuries galore. Okay, we got area over there. I think that's where I need to go. Eerie stairwell. Nothing moving either. Just eerie. You can right-click to zoom in. Oh, we do get sounds. Something's singing in the dark. And then right-click again to zoom back out. Yeah. Alright, let's keep moving. Pretty sure I've missed something somewhere. No, you cannot climb back in this one. Sadly, you can't go up the slide. But the fact that you can go down the slides is still a major point in the favor of this game. Alright, we're going over here. Guess we're going this way. Not a lot of choices. And back into the dark. That looks like a void drop-off. These are such a weird little mirror setup. I do like that. Yeah, they actually got the mirror working, though. You actually see the mirror effects. Another point for this game's design choice is like to actually have reflection. And you've probably seen it in the water as well. They actually have reflections, not just, oh yes, there's water effects. It's no, oh yes, a reflective shiny surface. No, there's real reflection in those surfaces. Tile doesn't seem to show much, but maybe that's just this tile here. I don't know. Let's find our way. wibbly wobbly place. Oh, there's an exit sign. That might be promising. Whew. Like I said, I don't fully recall how to get out of here. How to progress, because there's quite a maze set up with all this, and yeah. Oh, we got something here. Ooh, weird sound. The way the waves go make it kind of look like something is following us in the water invisibly because of the wake from our walking through it. Oh, there's some sort of snake, and it's in. Okay, that was a weird color, blue with red bits. Alright, is that the only thing? I guess that's what we came out here to see. Because this is a dead end. Alright, so where did I miss a turn off? Hold up. I'm fairly sure these were not here before. Were these doorways here before? I don't think they were. So that's different. Guess we're going up. Can run up the steps on the ladder at least. That's nice. Well, I don't see any other option. Click. Giant red tube. Down the slide. I think this would take us, given the angling, this might take us. Nah, I don't know where this took us. I was thinking maybe it would take us through where the snake was, but not sure now. Alright, I think we just made it into chapter 2. Interesting light setup. Weird frog choice. Especially compared to the more normal looking frogs. I do like that they changed up some of the scenery. That's creepy. They don't move, it looks like. None of them moved, but that was definitely those things giggling, right? That definitely seems like them giggling. Yeah, let's go up here. I'll take the yellow slide. Nice. So it looks like you can actually select which one you slide down. That's nice. And we go stay in the water. That's a well-hidden door. Oh, not door, passageway. Blends in really well. I don't think I saw that from the outside until we were lined up with it. Hi. Whoops. Okay, stairway down. Cool ceiling. You know you have to take the slide, right? And we are here. That looks like abyss. Can't do anything with this slide. Okay. Giant mushrooms. Huh. Okay, it looks like there's something down below, but I don't know if that's somewhere we've already been or could end up. Red slide. That looks more like the way we need to go, though. Oh, good. Now they're turning. That one turned to face us, right? That one turned around. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Something's off. We're gonna keep moving. Yeah, I remember this place. Frog noise from that frog face. No thank you. Path down there. Or up here. This place is familiar. This is about where it crashed for me the first time I played through here. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be counting. Seems to be a timer of some sort, but is that like... That's not really... Like, I haven't been playing that long. I definitely didn't put that much time in. Where's that book? Quit smoking in 10 days. Maria Johnson? Interesting. Okay. There's a down, there's an up. Anything at the top? That's where we came in. Big place. Awfully quiet. Kind of strange. That's a lot of signs. Caution, under construction. Can't go that way, huh? Caution, wet floor. One wet floor sign, lots of... No, never mind, there's a few other wet floor signs. And under construction. Can't go that way. Okay. Shame, that would be nice if it was fast. Way down. Especially since I can't just walk off the edge. There's railing on all sides. What's the matter, Bandy? You having a scary dream? If you can hear that, I don't know if you can. A little yip, yip, yip. That's my dog barking, yipping in his sleep. Alright, we're going down all the stairs. Just going slow on these, make it... Yeah, it's just gonna be a weirdly bumpy ride no matter what. I should mention, there are probably gonna be a few areas in this video, or if I do a second video, it depends on how long I record. Like, however, somewhere in this game, there's going to be some areas that, if you have epilepsy issues, don't recommend. I don't think this area so far would be bad enough to trigger anything, but unless you're really sensitive, but then you probably are in trouble for watching most things. I don't know. Oh, good. No, there's no going back now. Hi, guys. Alright, yep. You can spray in the face, we get the camera effect. Oh, we do actually get... Ah, that's cool. Okay. I was wondering if it would actually have a real appearance if we, like, actually stared into the water. Kinda does. Weird. Nice touch. Mm-hmm. Creepy frog. I think there's a way out of that room on the behind that, but let's go right. I don't like that frog. I do not like the frog face. More caution. Well, that's a thing. Looks very strange. Oh, apparently that kind of fell into the depths. Don't go down at all on that one. Right, got it. Okay, bad for my health. Understood. We're going up then. That's what are we dealing with here? There's that. I'll go higher. Can we keep going up? Looks like we can. And up. That's just an empty room, no doorway. Okay, getting a little spinny. Oh, and we hit a dead end. Well, never mind. I guess we can't go up and up and up. I was hoping it would go up to the point where we could then maybe go down a slide down through that statue's mouth. But I guess that isn't the deal. What if that red slide down through the statue's mouth would have been the under construction slide in the other room? Nah, maybe not. Who knows? I wonder if they'll do something with it in the future with updates, if they add like another chapter or a side tunnel. Guess I click on this. I don't see where else I can go with it. We are in the pipe. Okay. Ow! Oh, we're in the crazy frog room. Alright, I guess we have to go behind the frog. But also, ow, getting shot out of that like that, and then up the stairs like we did, that would hurt so badly. Oh. Alright, guess we're going up the crazy frog tunnel. No choice here. Huh.
Mr. Noel was the teacher in the school, giving a lesson one afternoon.
I cannot tell what that's saying. Strange? I have no idea what that was saying, though I could not understand a word of it. That's interesting. A ball pit and down into the depths. That would be one killer slide. We're getting a little slowed by the water. Now that it's up to, well, feels like waist height. Alright, I'll go towards the crazy, creepy frog. Bonk. Nope. Plant? Let's take a look. Whoa, okay, the plant shifted weirdly. Alright. We're getting some... I'm not sure what's up with the weird effect with the plant there. That's odd. Feels strange. Different sort of tile design. Very marble, but a different sort than we usually get than the standard white ceramic. This looks like a point of no return. Ooh, I didn't have to click on it. I just walked on it. Whee! Whoa! Okay. Eyeball plants. Eyeball flowers. That's normal. This feels like a lazy river setup where you normally like go down on like a inner tube or a small boat. Except for I don't see any real current on its own, and obviously no inner tube. This is what that feels like to me. Ooh, I like that. I like this effect. The water coming out of it. It looks a little weird hitting the ground there because you don't really see it pooling out from the ground afterwards. But it's still kind of a cool effect. See, that looks like a dead end to the right. Left though. let's go left. Tunnel over there that goes up. Or left here. Let's keep along here for now. Light tunnel. Oh, this one's lit after all. I thought it was dark. Interesting. Okay. That's a lot brighter than I thought. Red tube. Red slide with a little bleed through on that one. That was weird. With the walls. Okay, that was funky. Hi. Sup? Is my volume down? Let me turn it up just a touch. Yeah, let me turn up the volume a little bit. There we go. I felt like it was a little quiet, and maybe you guys, hopefully you guys are able to hear everything I am. Oh, that's it. Wait. Why do I feel like I just got spit out of that? That's odd. Okay. Oh, sure, now you do that. Alright, fine. You do you. How do I get out of here? Stair. Are you promising? Pass through there. Oh, okay, we're back here. Well, then that's a dead end. Some weird sound effects in this corner. Okay. So I guess we'll go this way. Ah. Yes. Right. Of course. Of course, of course. Pathway looks like it goes down. Pathway up. Down or up. Down or up. Let's go down. She chose down. She chose down. Is that wrong? I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Hi there. Okay, you guys are actually watching me now. I remember this. Okay, I think in my initial playthrough I actually came down those stairs. So we want to go down the hall of slides, I believe. This is creepy though. I'm actually turning and watching us. That's... The giggle is weirdly disturbing. Like, I hear that giggle and I'm like, It's got that just that right pitch to it that's like, maybe don't do that right behind me. What am I hearing? Weird thumping coming from the slides sometimes? I'm not sure. Can you imagine just getting spit outside of the slides, thunk into the wall if you had a lot of speed, and then collapsing down into the water? Would be bad. Oh, this would be kind of a cool setup. Ah, they're just floaty little lozenges of lily pads. Funky. It reminds me of a trip I made to China once. They had these little floating metal platforms. They were chained together, and you could run across them to get from one end to the other. And I fell in once or twice, getting the hang of them. Because at first I would try like run, stop. Like I'd jump to one and stop on it, and then jump to the next and stop. And I've learned real quick that that was actually a really bad way to do it, because it's hard to balance on, and the water distortion throws you off, and then you fall in. So I learned that the real way to cross those was just go for it. Just run. Don't stop. Because if you stop, the balancing issue becomes a thing. But if you just keep moving, you don't have to worry about your balance. You keep your momentum moving forward, and you can just use them as platforms. You can get from one end to the other, no problem. Let's take this purple one. Whoa! Yeah, I don't think it matters which one of those you take. It'll always spit you out through like this. I remember asking that question to myself the first time I did that, and I want to say it. I think I picked a different color last time, and yeah, it had the same effect. Kind of cool. All right, here's where we're gonna get into the fun room type design a bit more, and we should get some weird effects. This is where we're likely to run into some areas that might cause some seizure problems. Oh, it's my footprints. My footsteps I was hearing. Patterning on the carpet is a little funky. Trees. This place needs more lights. Like, it looks like it went for a cheery look, but it's not. It doesn't have enough lights where it matters to. Where that's a Legend of Zelda Forest Temple feeling right here. Okay, maybe a little different in the loop-de-loops, but I remember there were some hallways that twisted weirdly. You had to use them to get into different areas. Alright. Alright, you do you. Bye-bye. Oh, empty. There is a bottom down there. Whoop. Okay. It did a reset. Wasn't sure if it would or not. Like, I was expecting it to just be into the abyss anyway, so the fact that there was a floor is why I jumped on that one, because I was like... No, sure. Very alien feeling. Alright, let's continue. Hello, slide of no return. Just walk onto it, and there we go. Clunk. On my head. Ball pit. I used to love ball pits as a kid. Now, as an adult, I look at them and realize how filthy they are. And I'm like, I don't want to touch that. Wait, did you move? Or just... Not sure. Here, up to here. There we go. Now we're on the other side. And click on this. Through the slide. I think this is chapter 3 now. What time is it? Yeah, we're doing good on time. Or let's keep going. Nothing over there. Dead end. Go through here. That's such a wonky effect with the balls. Like, I think the idea is that the balls are spawning in, but it causes that, yeah, that weird wave effect on the edge there. I'm not sure what the distance cutoff. Yeah, there it is. Okay. You see it? Yeah, and you see the line drop down a little bit as well as you get further away. So there's a weird warp in for the balls. Like a spawn in level at a certain distance, and it gives a really funky effect. Okay, up and around and through. I don't want to go down that way. Let's go this way. There's slides over there. Let's go up this one. There's a dead end over there. No? Yes? Maybe? Up we go, over here, and another slide. probably where we need to go. Right now we're on a pretty straight course. Ah, yep, and now we're on the other side of this. Good. And into this slide. Whee! Bloop. That's a lot of balls down there. Oh, focus got weird. And a giant... Wait, is that... Are the eyes following us? Focus is a little wonky. Can't tell if those eyes are actually following us or not. Let's get over here and maybe take another peek at it in a sec. Yeah, those eyes are definitely following us. Okay. Creepy. Alright, looks like we need to find a way up. Oh, onto the ball pit. Nope, void. Apparently the ball pit does not break your fall. Those are very, some very light plastic balls. They don't really have any mass to them after all. Wrong side. Okay, up we go. Can't get through there. No. Let's cut around. At least I can kind of see where I'm going through the netting, so it's not a complete maze. Like, a complete, oh, that's a dead end, that's a dead end type of maze. It's instead of, alright, I can see there's no doorway that way, or there is a doorway over here. I know where to go to get around to it, more or less. That's not too bad as far as mazes go. Creepy clown face, not a huge fan. Why is it with games like this and putting giant creepy clown faces? Didn't one of the other Liminal games also do a lot with creepy clown faces? I feel like it did. Oh good. Giant heads floating out of the darkness. And moaning at us? Hi. I feel like every once in a while the lighting does a weird little plunk, either like brighter or darker. Hi! I don't remember you. Didn't notice you last time. You having fun in the dark? Guess you are. I'll leave you to it. Have fun sitting in the darkness on your giant chair. Alright, that is another void. That is a maze. I don't feel like dealing with that if I don't have to. Another maze. Let's go this way. Queue line, da 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 da, going through the queue line, do do do. Can't push that. I see what looks like a doorway there, but can't get to it. Ah, these giant foam blocks, foamy type blocks, would be so much fun to climb around on. Once again though, needs more lighting. No, that's not a tunnel, it's just a... Huh. Yeah, once again, that weird spawn-in effect for the balls really gives you a weird look like something's moving ahead of you. Path over there. Path over here. Let's go up here. If I remember right, all the other paths just lead around and you end up going down a slide and being blocked in here anyway. This is a long climb. Excuse me? Oh. That's some interesting sounds you're making. Have fun singing in the dark. Ah, I'm going this way. Okay. Got this way, then this way. Stairs. Mushrooms. Mushroom, mushroom, badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. Ugh. Looks like something's head down there. Balloons. Yeah, that looks like... I don't know. Can't tell what that is. Like, is that the creature, or the giant statue heads, or something else? Well, this looks promising as far as probable ways to go. What would be really terrifying right now is if some of these started falling away as I walked across. Like, as I went, then like, up the end, bloop, bloop, bloop. If you don't get across in time, it drops you into a void and starts you back on the other end with the blocks reset. That would be something that would give a good sense of dread to it. Can we stop with the sliding? Thank you. Alright. Clown face. Slide. Big place. Once again, I love the reflection effect. Don't have a jump, so you gotta be careful where you walk. And the movement is a little slidey, so you gotta be a little careful about taking the turns. And like, as long as I'm moving, it doesn't seem to like drift too much, but like if I just let go of the controls, you definitely move forward for a little bit. Alright, left and right. Let's go up. Oh wait, what was that? I saw something. A swing? No, it's the light fixture hanging down. Ah, okay. Oop. This looks like it doesn't quite go where I want. Can I jump this? Woo! Looks like it worked. Gotta go around. Nice. Save a little time. Save a little bit of time going around this whole place. Hope my audio is coming through clearly, by the way. Once again, headsets I'm not as familiar with. The newer headset that I'm trying to get adjusted to, that sort of deal. And into the slide. At least I don't have to look at the clown's creepy face so much while I'm going down the slide. Not a fan of the giant clown heads. Okay, the setup I'm playing this on right now is definitely handling this better. My laptop was getting chunky here, where it was like too much visual grinding, halt. There's the classic Playroom song. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. Alright, now I believe there was an area somewhere in here where you can fall down and actually get stuck. And I had to restart the chapter. There was some area. I don't recall exactly where it was, but I managed to, my first time here, I ended up getting stuck in an area. I went down some areas trying to find my way around, and yeah, got trapped. And that was bad, because boy did it suck. Having to reset from the start of chapter 3 when we entered the playrooms, and then work my way all the way back here. Now you can just walk into this one, you can move through it, but you're definitely not supposed to. You're supposed to click on it, and then it lowers the end slightly, and then you can move through it. But for some reason, you can't just run into that. You get stuck on all the angles a lot, and it gets weird. Ah, man, I remember these sort of things in a play area growing up. These were really cool, the fun times to climb around. Yeah, there was something like this at one point. Okay, why do I feel like I'm still crouched? There we go. Moving. This gives me Beetlejuice vibes. Something to do with the color pattern. Wah. Okay. Yeah, we took the right path this time, but back in that other area, there is one spot where if you go down the wrong way, like you're just dropping down through some areas without walls, trying to figure your way out, you can get stuck. Don't recommend that, because there isn't just because the unstuck button, they do have an unstuck feature if you do get stuck on something, but it does not help you with that. It'll just move you around inside the stuck space. It's like, great, get me out of the place I am stuck in. So, slight problem with there. That's the only real problem I had, other than that one crash I mentioned. After that, the rest of this game is just, oh good, maze. Find my way through, and some weird stuff. It gets a lot freakier and weird a bit further in. Did I just say wake up? Ah, that got loud. Ah! Moving on. Kind of a rainbow effect, but not with rainbow colors entirely. Alright. I like this design where you... Yeah, how you see like the rings kind of coming about as you walk through the area, but I feel like it needs another ring or two to really flesh it out. Also, why is this room so big? I guess it was to give that effect with the rings as you walk through it, but anyway. Play blocks. Alright. Giant seat. Looks like we're making progress through this maze. See another entrance over there that I think cuts us through to the next tunnel entrance. There we go. This area would be so easy to get through in real life, because I could totally climb that. I could climb over those walls. Easy. Oh, hi there. Well, that was a weird slow-mo effect as we drifted over that. Alright. Are we in chapter... I think we might be entered into the next chapter now. I'm not 100% sure. That's a big one. Loopty hallways. Oh, these are very loopy hallways. Anything back there? No. Swings. Ginormous Pac-Man ghost. Okay. I kind of like this stuff because the way the fencing is set up, it just bounces you along a bit. Let's go this way. Yeah, you kind of get bounced back and forth. It gives a weird feel to walking through these. It breaks it up a little bit for the standard sense. Alright. Great. Which way, which way? Desert. Oh, this doesn't look good. No. I think, yeah, I don't feel like I'm going the right way. Let's go back and take that other turn. This feels like the right way. That's a lot of these floor blocks. Can't tell if I'm going the right way or backwards. Alright, I think this is the right way. Looks like a point of no return. Alright, probably have to get over towards the stupid clown face, but maybe not. Is there a... No way through there, no way through there. Ah, here we go. Yeah, this would be great as a, like, this would be so much fun for a setup to be able to play around in as a kid. In some cases, with some of these layouts. But, of course, they'd have to have roofs on it, because, yeah, I would totally be able to climb these normally, and that would be a major safety hazard. Guess we're going over to those. Gotta find my way there. Let's go down. Yeah, okay. That sounds like some old, like, Sunday morning cartoon music. Can't quite place it, though. Like, maybe one of the old Mickey Mouse cartoons or something. Similar. Donald Duck. Ah, nah. I'm not sure. Alright, I have no idea if it matters which one of these you take. Let's take the one on the end. Guess it doesn't, because this definitely looks new and like we're going the right way. Hold on. Is this a... Oh, it's a reflection. Alright, that's some very shiny walls. Guess we're going this way. I was kind of hoping to avoid more of these mazes. Because they're cool, but they also get kind of bleh after a while. That's a dead end. What am I missing? Oh, I can just skip over that? Yeah. Okay. Worth it. Ugh. I don't like this patterning of wall. It just... Ugh. Kind of seems ugly. To me, anyway. Maybe some people would like it, but it seems pretty ugly to me. Down another slide. Ball pit. Kind of give me a Mario-ish vibe, even though I don't think Mario ever had a red world with clouds. Not that I remember, anyway. Nope, those just spawned in weirdly. Okay. Slide, not what I need. Go up. Let's go. Could live without that laughing. Could definitely live without that laughter. Wait. Ah, here's a different path. That would drop down back to the other path. This one leads to a new one, though. Right or left? Let's go right. Alright, those look like another possible entrance to this place. Let's go this way. Did I miss a turn? Probably. Nope, nope, there's a path. Okay, we're out again. Alright, that looks like the void. That looks like the same as this one. Let's just go down this one. We're closer. This is very bright. My eyes. Ah. And into the dark. Hey! I think ball pit. Slide into the abyss. I think we were up there before. Except for this door was a lot glowier before. So maybe just a similar looking place. Okay, clicky eye doesn't help. Just walk off. Alright. Whee! Yep, that was it. Okay. Now we're for sure in a new chapter. Oh, I see something over there. Is that the snake again? Something looks weird. It looks kind of like that snake. We can get closer and see it. Zoom in. Yeah, that is definitely the snake. It's slithering off. Going that way. Can we follow it? Let me see if we can get closer. Zooming back out. Where does it go? Oh, it just disappears. Ah. Sad. I was trying to follow it. Well, let's keep moving. Don't know what's up with the giant snake. I think the first time I came through here, I couldn't see it where it was coming from. I heard it, but I couldn't see it. I was like, where is it coming from? Don't see anything. Would have been nice if I could see something. So I'm glad I was able to see it this go around. That makes me a lot happier with the recording already. Yeah, I think we're in chapter... I think they technically call this chapter 5 instead of 4, because I think it was originally chapter 4 was the ending chapter, and then they recently added another chapter, but they put it between 4 and 5. 4 and 3. So I think we're in chapter 5 technically right now, which is weird, but then it'll eventually get to chapter 4, which will be the ending. It's a funky setup. I wish I could move through this water a little faster. The coloration of this water kind of gives me a... I guess I kind of bypassed the house, didn't I? Yeah, well, probably nothing major in there. This water kind of gives the feel of moving through lime jello. I haven't had jello in ages. Ah, man, I kind of want lime jello now. I can almost taste it. I haven't done jello of any type in years. Just some of those weird things I haven't made it in a long time. I should... I may look into that at some point. kind of want it now. This stuff feels like a stucco. Uh-huh. Alright, so these are just dark. This area looks like it goes on, though. Kind of an empty picture frame layout. There's some stairs out of this annoying liquid that looks like they actually go somewhere. Triangle door. Is triangle good? Maybe. Stairway. Doorways. Alright. Ooh. Actually don't know this path. So let's give it a look. Oh. That's a funky effect. Up some more. Huh. That looks like a giant game piece. For like, I don't know, sorry? Parcheesi, maybe? Doesn't feel like I play a lot of games that use those old design of little pawn game pieces anymore. A lot of them have much more fancy sculpting designs for their miniatures and game pieces, or they, I don't know. It doesn't feel like this design of game piece gets used anymore, or not nearly as much. Yeah, this definitely feels like sorry or Parcheesi to me. A little off on this other layout, but yeah, because you try to get your pieces to the middle, you'd roll the dice, that would be how many places you can move your piece, but I think the original layout was a little more involved where you could get rid of each other's pieces. Okay, this is definitely going to hurt someone's, if they're seizure issues, so don't look. You are now entering the Twilight Zone. Yep. You are now exiting the Twilight Zone. Blah. Alright. Think it's safe to look now? We're entering a slide. Okay. Well, weird. I think I actually took the right route there. I'm pretty sure the last time I tried this, I ended up going in some weird side passages for a long time. Alright, here I'm probably going to get lost for a bit. Yeah, not that way. Alright. Huh. Lots of mannequins with butt cheeks. This looks like something they probably did for designing the levels and the appearance. And so, like, you imagine, you put a little mannequin figurine in to imagine what it's going to look like for someone actually going through the place. That's a dead end. Okay. But yeah, you put that in there as a bit of a test run of sorts, somewhere that people can walk through and experience the level. Let's go this way. But even before you actually have anyone actually go through it, so you're just trying to get the look to match your desire for what you want it to be. That's too dark. Can't see anything. That's a fake door. This is a cool room. I recall I got lost in this area for a good while last time. Hopefully I can avoid that this time just for your sake and my having to remember to edit something. I don't want to have to edit out wandering around in the dark corners of this area for years. Okay, not years, but for, a good half hour or so. Let me go back here a minute. I feel like that's not the right way. Let's go down further. Yeah, I like this feel better. No, not there. Another stairwell. Round and in. This is going somewhere, and it's dark. No, wait, light. Uh-huh. See a triangular doorway over there. People! Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, that's weird. Further back. Probably just a rendering thing, but like they look like they have their mouths closed. Except for the one guy on the left. Then you get closer and suddenly, boom, their mouths are open. Ah! That's funky. I think it's just a rendering thing, but it kind of still gives a weird feel to it. I'm so gonna end up back at the start somehow. Yep, I just went in a circle. Okay. I don't think this is the way I need to go. Let's drop down here again. Take this other step. This way? Red stairs over there. Maybe? Worth a shot. I don't really remember the way out of here. Ah, this looks promising. What is that? Ah, okay. A giant hand holding a balloon. Yeah, this feels promising for some reason. Can't really say if I'm going the right way or not. Ah, triangular door. That's... I'm going to count that as a win. That is probably a new way. Probably. More triangular door. Go this way. Alright, and another triangular door. Triangular door seems to be the right answer. At least so far it feels like it. But is it really? Left or right? Oh, we're getting some weird lens distortion there for a second, it felt like. Maybe that was just me, but it felt like there was definitely some weird distortion as we moved around and looked around. Okay, stairway up. More triangles. Yeah, this is promising. I remember this. Whee! Crack. Now, ankles, knees, back, everything gone. We have been pancaked. Okay, so something I want to share here. See these layers going up in this circle here? And look at the texture of these. I don't know why. This reminds me of a childhood toy. I don't know if any of you have had them. I can't even remember when I had them. It was so long ago. But I remember I used to have these foam like blocks, like they were or foam shapes, and you would be able to stick the shapes into like a sheet that was designed to hold them, and they had similar texture, I feel like, than this, except for maybe on the tops they were more rough. And something about that, like, that triggers that memory. And it's even weirder because it's almost a tactile memory, and I can almost like taste a rubberization to the air around, like thinking about it. It's kind of, it's really hard to explain, but it brings up such a weird memory there. I don't know where I'm going. Alright. This feels like going through an old aquarium, like it was designed at some point. Yeah, I don't know. This feels almost aquarium-esque. Whee! Point of no return, down into the depths we go. And stops here. Okay, hold on. Let's look. That's going down, down, down to who knows where. Weird appearances. Are those like parts of the level we bypassed? Anyway, this feels like an old marble run. I love to build those. I had some pieces. The downside is our momentum stops here. Like the marble would normally go out, spin around, and then eventually work its way down to the middle. Looks like we just have to walk into it. There we go. That gives me a sense of an old marble run. I used to love building those and trying to make them as big and tall and long as I could in a way that would actually work. We had a ramp part that would the marble would roll down and then shoot off, and you could set up an area to try to catch it. And it was always a pain to get them to line up right, and work. Okay, wherever we just fell from, this would not break our fall. Once again, ankles, legs, knees, back, gone. Dead. If we were really unlucky, we'd be paralyzed and drown. Ooh, I love this water look. Whoa, okay. Yeah, it looks like there's something. It kind of gives almost a pearlescent look at times. Ah, that's weird. The water distortion makes it look like there's a lot more gunk on the water than it looks like otherwise. Funky. I really hope this is recording correctly. That would be really disappointing if it wasn't. Having to record this again. Area to the right, area straight ahead. Let's check the right. I like the look of this water. Alright, that looks like a path that probably reconnect to that other path, so I bet the other way will have tied back around. Slides that come down here, we can go up those. Let's keep going this way. Light fixtures in the floor. Huh. Ooh. I love that. Reflective surfaces. Okay, there's like either it's a wall of water or no, okay, there's glass. Looks like. But yeah, giant aquarium and the reflections on the tiles around it. That is sick. I love that. I really like that look. Why'd the music get eerie? I didn't see anything eerie. Pretty, but not eerie. No reappearances of this. Never mind, just saw something eerie. This feels like the path back. Let's go towards the eerie. Hello, strange facial thing. Red hallway, face. Red hallway, red hallway. Let's take a look here. big, long red hall. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stutter, stutter. Ah. Funky. A little bit of stuttering there. All in all, that's working out okay. Alright. I love this effect. It's just a funky twist around effect that works really well in some cases. Hi there. You feel like a reference to one of the others. Little door there. Gaping hole there. More singing. Got it. Out here. Slow down in the water again. Okay, keep going. Keep going. We don't leave footprints racing. That is a weird touch. Like, yeah, it feels like we should. Okay, that sounds like the snake in the darkness. Kinda. There's something there for me. Creepy room. Don't see anything actually coming out anywhere though. That's a void. Ah. Wait. Okay. We're back here. There was another path to go down here, right? To the right, I believe, instead of the left. Hopefully that'll take us where we need to go. Because that obviously just circled around. Unless I missed a door somewhere. Or an archway, rather. Let's try this way and hope it works. Okay. Kind of promising. Ah, yes. Comforting. Giant gaping holes into darkness. This place is big. Guess this way to go. All right. Okay. Well, this is different. Oh, another big archway zone. We gonna see the snake again? I don't see anything right off. I see a door straight ahead, I'll just go ahead for that. I don't see a reason to go to the sides. Whole lot of nothing going on here. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody here? It's very dark. Except for over there. And a little bit over there. That was a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Well, on we go. I'm not supposed to, they don't even hear our footprints right now. Oh, there we go. Footsteps are returned. We're good. This looks promising for a way forward. Ah. The void. Okay, I think that's a passage over there with that light. I don't see any other obvious ways. So we have to work our way over there. All good, we should be able to do this. Whee! Oh, that's funky. The way the lighting works over there made that almost look like lightning and thunder. Oh, that's dead end. Okay, let's go this way. Like, that almost looks like lightning and clouds over in the distance. That's funky. Yeah, that's definitely a passage. Okay, let's go for it. It's the only way out of here I'm seeing. Alright. Oh, there is clouds. More void. Lots of slides. Is that a hand? That looks like a finger. Yep. Oh, they even put detail on, like, there's nails and everything. That's void. Can't go over and poke at the finger. Is it pointing this way? Kind of looks like it is. Okay. Fine, we'll go. Ah, yes. A very, very narrow passage in the darkness. Guess we're going up this pillar, or wherever this is. Oh, there's those areas in the darkness way over there. Was I able to see this in the distance? I don't remember seeing this in the distance. Maybe I wasn't close enough? Oh, I don't see them anymore. So maybe it was this very specific area where you could see through. No, no, there they are over there. I don't know. Just keep climbing, climbing, climbing. Just keep climbing up into, I don't know where. The darkness. Well, this looks like another you are supposed to jump into the void situations. Whee! Ow! Thump. Ah! Everything is red. Also, once again, there isn't even an attempt at water to break my fall here. We are dead. There's no hole in the ceiling. Okay. Sweet. Ah. Okay. Heartbeat. Weird fleshy growths. That is a pin to the void, I know. Weird light source up there. Liminal core, huh? So is this the idea that we're going to the core of this liminal universe? The heart of the universe or whatever? This place is very gross. It was kind of weird. I feel like these would benefit if they had a little teeny bit of movement. They don't seem to, though. They look solid. If they had a little bit of a movement to them, it would feel like they were glistening. And that would make it so much worse for grossness and like. This just feels like, yeah, a place. Do I go in here? Nope, that's void. Yep, just a void. Okay. Up the stairs. Nope, did I just cycle back around? Not sure. Let's go in this way? Wait. Yeah, we just went through that. We went through that. This is a circle. Okay, we were in here. We went into a circle. Go up these. Which way did I not come from then? Came up with a... Did I come through there or through there? I think this is the way we need to go. Oh, yeah, this is new. Weird design. Almost an organic feel to them. Right, we're gonna go up the stairs now. Funky voices. Oh, hello, sir. What are you doing here? Uh-oh. Sir, you're... Oh, whoa, what the... It's static, but at the just the right angle, it doesn't... You see something else. I mean, it's just a reflection, but that was funky. I like actually saw him in there. I see another one over there. Suggesting a giant city of people with their heads plugged into a tube while they watch TV. Cool stuff. Ah. Giant eye. And it follows us. Oh, joy. Okay. This is really, really weird. Because, like, it doesn't look like it follows us like a normal eye would. It looks like the iris is just warping around inside the surface of this eye, rather than the eye actually turning to follow us. If that makes any sense? So that's actually much worse than if the eye was just following us. That is much worse. Ah. Okay, so we're walking through a city. City lights. Funky pattern to the windows. There definitely feels like a pattern to them. Alright, and down you have water. Like, I think they are going for the idea of it being, like, it's supposed to look like blood, but it feels a little too clear. I can still see the floor and everything through it. It's just red because of the lighting. And that's a heart. Funky room. Ah, I am no longer in control. Cutscene. I believe this is the end. That's a heart. Ah. Dial tone. Alright, I guess we died. Flatlined. Were we in limbo? And that's it for the credits, it looks like. Wait, no. Yep, that's it for the credits. Very short. Small team. Looks like they worked on it. Good job. So, yeah. Like I said, my main issue with it is it felt very much like there was something missing. At times, it felt like there could have been more to it to give it a real atmospheric feel at times. to build off of, like, especially the horror feel. I really like the areas where it's like, that's creepy, there's something in here with me. And then it quickly became, there is nothing in here really with me. There's that snake, but it doesn't actually like get close. It doesn't get close enough to even really give a sense of threat. And the first time I ran through there, like, I missed that at most of the times. Like, I'd be, oh, I hear it, but I was looking in the wrong directions. So the fact that we are able to see it this time made having to re-record all this worth it. And this time I'm going to, with this computer, I shouldn't have to erase them at all. It should make it a lot easier to just turn this into a video and upload it and all that. So that's my main gripe with it, though, is it felt a little empty at times, where it was just like, okay, you're just walking through a maze. But I think that is also what they were going for. They were going for that liminal feel, and they did accomplish that, and amazing visuals. The Chapter 3, I think, was the worst. Chapter 4 got a little, or 5, or whatever, the continuation of the playrooms got a little rough at times, just because you could get so looped around if you weren't careful. We're kind of lucky we didn't. But the Chapter 3 there, I know there was an area right near the end where I got stuck once in my initial recording attempts. I had to restart the whole chapter and go through everything over again to get back through it. I was not happy about that. Otherwise, though, it felt like just a lot of going through a maze. This, otherwise, though, very good. Very good. Fun visual, like amazing visual, once I got the settings so they weren't making me motion sick. Downside is it does start off with settings that I did not like the feel of. And I feel like if I had gone with the initial settings of having like the VHS setup going, I would not have enjoyed it nearly as much. Because it would have been just like, this almost hurts my eyes at that point. I don't know. Could be wrong. I didn't really give the VHS a huge try. But it didn't feel good with that little test we did. Comments below, have you played this game? What did you guys feel about it? Like, I like it, but I don't feel like it's going to quite hit my favorites list, you know? And I definitely feel like next time I play a game which has Backrooms-esque liminal feeling to it, I want to find something that has actual threat or interaction besides, oh, you opened a door, you jumped to the side. I want for something with puzzles or with, like, yeah, actual, oh, there's an entity you have to watch out for or deal with in some way. I really should record classrooms at some point. I've played that with my kids. That was a good one. Well, a lot of the times were good. Some of them were really hectic, though, at the same time. Yeah, it had its ups and downs. We'll give it, I'll have to consider it. That's one I might give a go. For now, though, that's LiminalCore. Link in the description for if you want to check it out yourself. Obviously, there were areas we did not go down, and we didn't explore everything. I think there's an achievement I don't have. So, missed some interaction somewhere, probably. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't know all the details. If you wanted to explore it a little more on your own pacing and really, you know, poke all the corners, check it out for yourself. I believe this is still kind of as early access. So they are still working on it. I believe Chapter 5 was a fairly recent addition. So they're still working on things. They're still adding levels and exploration, so that's good. I'm curious to see where it'll go. I'm gonna call it a night, though. Hope you liked my echo effects put in. I'm trying to find the nice balance, that sweet balance between adding effects and just going with whatever the game gives. But like when I add echo effects in the tiled areas here, because I know I'm gonna add echo effects there. I hope I found that sweet balance where it sounds right. I've been experimenting. I know some of the echo effects attempts have been a little overboard or a little under, I'm still working out the kinks and exploring some of these new effects and features that I'm working into my editing. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with new releases if you're new here and haven't done so already. Comments below, how did you feel about the game? Like I said. Otherwise, good night everyone. Bye.